Hi everyone, happy to be here. So I'll be presenting my solution, the Kordz Marketplace, a decentralized music owning platform using Web3. So I'll introduce myself first. So I'm Callista, a 22-year-old student from Singapore. I interned at Apple and Goldman Sachs as a Web2 software engineer, and I'm a pianist and vocalist representing my school's jazz band. Technology and music are two things I'm super excited about, and that's why I want to build Kordz. Today, I'll be introducing the problem scope, some planned out features, the current proof of concept, and lastly, the future of Kordz. So firstly, let's talk about the current state of the Web2 music industry. It's to no one's surprise that Web2 music platforms neglect musicians. So on the left is a tweet by T-Pain that recently got viral with about 200,000 likes, showing the amount of streams it takes for an artist to earn $1. To earn a minimum wage in the USA, which is $1,200, your music must be streamed at least 235,000 times, which is simply not achievable for most musicians. So let's take a look at an average artist. So this is Burmese Bombshells. They're my good friends that I know in real life. So they're a 5-man band who was really popular in my school, and they've been active for about 5 years. So their songs have garnered a total of 240,000 streams, which is about $1,000 USD. And when you split that to 5 people, that's 200 USD per person for 5 years of activity. So most of their revenue comes from paid gigs, but COVID has made that very difficult. And the sad truth is, around 80% of artists are exactly in their position. So the reason why they continue is actually purely due to passion. It is despite the state of the current music industry, and they know it isn't sustainable as a full-time job. So here are some problems with the music industry today. So number one, low transparency, especially pay transparency and dealings with labels. Number two, unfair revenue distribution. So 90% of artists get 10% of the streams, leaving the remaining top 10% with 90% of the total revenue earned by Spotify. And number three, homogeneity is rewarded. So 42% of hot Billboard Hot 100 songs are actually in the pop genre, and most of them are actually in English. And number four, this model is outdated in an emerging era of superfans. So in my opinion, the superfan stream should be worth more than a casual listener's stream. Thus, introducing Web3. So in Web2, our metrics for success for music is typically metrics such as popularity, recognizability, as well as the likability of the music to the mass public. And usually an artist is only considered successful if they've gotten lots of views or streams. Thus, through Web3s and DAOs, we want to reimagine that. So we want to instead reward creativity, individuality, and passion instead of popularity. We want to see flourishing communities and generate interactions from artists to fans, as well as among fans. So it rewards not homogeneity, but instead the ability to stand out and engage with the people. So as you can see the quote below, in Web2, success usually means millions of casual listeners on the radio. But in Web3, success can simply just mean 1,000 engaged and devoted fans in a tight-knit community invested in the artist's success. So here are our planned features for Kordz. So Kordz is a decentralized music owning platform built on the Polygon sidechain, which focuses on 3 main pillars: culture, community, and ownership. So the first fundamental feature is a marketplace. So it allows artists to debut new music as a set of core NFTs, which are uniquely numbered. So early supporters are also rewarded, incentivizing people to discover new music and invest in the long-term success of the artist. Next, we want to talk about token utility. So fundamentally, the utility is mostly decided by the artist. So owning an NFT means that you are able to show off early support. You get access to exclusive fan events conducted by the artist, which encourages them to be creative when it comes to engaging fans. So NFTs also grant owners the ability to vote on artistic decisions for the NFT that they purchase through mediums such as polls. This is based off, and the amount of voting power they get is based off the base value of the NFTs that they purchase. And the tokens can also be used to grant owners partial ownership to musical stems used in the song, which is a concept I'll talk about later. So a future feature plan is the concept of concerts. So think digital Coachella, where we host unique concerts consisting of well-known and lesser-known artists together. So with each concert attended, a proof of attendance token is awarded, which gives access to future events and can be a utility that you can show off. Donations and tips are also allowed over the concert duration, where 100% of it is going through the artist performing in that particular concert. It is equally divided among the artists based on their screen time, promoting a culture of artists helping each other out and collaborating with each other, as well as ensuring a fairer revenue distribution among all artists. So overall, concerts act as exposure, especially for lesser-known artists, and can cause heightened engagement with fans. So another feature plan is the stem mixer. So this feature is an experimental feature where NFT owners of a certain song are given partial ownership to musical stems. So what this means is Stem Mixer will look like an interactive DAW-like interface. So when I say DAW, it's like digital art workstation such as FL Studio or GarageBand. So Stem Mixer will be an interface that allows users to mix and match musical stems awarded from NFTs to create their very own musical composition. So the idea is that when you purchase a token, you can be awarded a unique random sample of a song. So let's say 5 seconds of a guitar riff used in a song that you can now use in your own compositions. So this further enforces the idea of the music space being positive sum rather than zero sum. And this encourages collaboration between artists as well as between fans. So now that there's that, my proof of concept site is available on kordz.vercel.app for you guys to take a look at the UI. Currently, I would say it is not fully functional as I have not deployed the backend. So feel free to build my project from source to experiment with the logic behind. So firstly, there is the homepage displaying the mission of Kordz. And then there is the page to upload music as an artist, where a music and image file is equivalent to a unique Kordz token. There is also the music marketplace, which is the first feature I mentioned, where music tokens can be bought and sold among fans. And lastly, a page for you to take a look and listen to the song and the NFT, as well as make a purchase. So these were the smart contracts used to build the features of the token and a marketplace, split to 2 files called Kordz token and Kordz Marketplace. And this allows the functionality of the NFT utility and uniqueness, as well as the buying, selling, minting, and approving of tokens on a marketplace. So lastly, this site was built with Next.js for the front end, Chakra UI as the UI framework, Flask for the back end, Truffle Suite as the smart contract dev tool, as well as Polygon as my blockchain network of choice because of how blazing fast and cheap the L2 layer is. The code repository is currently publicly open source, and I'll leave the link on it to our Discord later. Yep. So now on to future work. Currently in the process of getting other software and product developers interested in onboarding the project. And in the future, I'll be looking to complete a full featured prototype and conduct iterative feedback based on it, and finally implementing the features, especially the very exciting concerts and stem mixer features. And lastly, I'll work on building the community as well as engaging artists and finally releasing it as a completed product. Yeah, so after all that, thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I'm very humbled to be here. I didn't expect to find myself here because I'm a young Web3 newbie. And in general, I'm just excited to be here to listen and learn from all of you. Yeah, so feel free to contact me on Discord or LinkedIn to talk about anything software or Web3. And thank you so much for listening.